Okay, good. Alright. We're going to start with letters first. I'm going to ask you a few things, then we're going to move forward. Let's do letters. Alright, boys and girls, sound. 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 Repeat after me. What is this? Time. What's this? Sound. 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 Together. Together. Sound. 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 Good. Alright, ready? To review. Sound. How else can we spell this sound? Yes. Give yourself a tick. Sound. One more time. Repeat after me. Ow. How can we spell this too? Alright, let's go over there. John. Thank you. Next. Ready? Let's go over here. Darren. How many sounds are in cron? There are
6 sounds in cron.
There are 6 sounds in cron. Edmund, what is the first sound in cron? Give yourself a tip. Phoebe, what's the second sound in cron? Give yourself a tip. Aaron, what's the third sound in cron?
The third sound in cron is O.
Give yourself a tip. Cherry, what's the last sound in cron? Craw. How about the last sound in cron, Alcis? Crawl. The last, I'm not asking for crawl or crawl, I'm asking for cron. Eric, what's the last sound in cron?
The last sound in cron is
What is the sound here? What is the sound here? Alright. Boys and girls, what is this sound here? Are you sure? Is this true or cr? What are some other words that begin with CHR? Yes, Aaron.
Christmas.
Christmas. Give yourself a tick. Anything else? Yes.
Christian.
Give yourself a tick. Now, yes. Crash. It's CR. Alright? It doesn't begin CHR. Give yourself a tick. CHR. Is it true or cr? Who says it's true? Who says it's cr? You're right. So obviously, when you hear the true sound, how do you spell it? Yes.
TR.
Give yourself a tick. Do not be fooled, boys and girls. This, when you see CHR, you know that this is a ch sound. You know this is a r sound. But when you see them together, it sounds just like CR. Okay? So this is in fact like Christmas and Christian. But this is like it's a trap. Alright? So, the reason why I do this is in our first module, we worked on this. So, in module 1, we were working on chronological ordering. Now we're working on something else. Instead of putting things together by date, we're doing something a little different. Ready? Prudence. This one's for you. What is the, how do you say PR? Give yourself a tip, right? Prudence. So, instead of working at chronological ordering right now, we're doing procedural ordering. It's a little different. So we don't do chronological ordering nowadays. There are no dates in these instructions, right? Your assignment, your first assignment, the Unit 1 Module 2 assignment, no dates. Now we're just doing steps, putting the steps in order so we can get our expected outcome. That's procedural ordering. It's not chronological ordering. Finally, one more thing. Dexter, what's IMP?
That is in.
Give yourself a tip. Okay? Sound. In. Sound. Sound. Slowly. In. Quickly. What is this? In. So what we're going to learn about today are imperative verbs. And imperative verbs are just a fancy way of saying commands. Stand up, sit down, do this, do that. Alright? And that's about it. Let's see what's next. Okay. So we're going to go through this right now. But first, you need an exercise book. Take that out for a moment. We're going to do what we did yesterday. We're just going to warm up with an idea. Trying to explain, articulate the steps in a particular task. So what are we going to come up with today? Well, in your exercise books right now, I want you to list the steps necessary to prepare for a quiz. Every Friday we have a quiz. What do you have to do on that Friday? Alright? Preparing for a quiz. Think about the steps. What would the first step be? In preparing for a quiz. Okay, let's pretend it's Friday. It's time for a quiz. What do you have to do? Not me. What does each student have to do? It's quiz time. Eric.
Be quiet.
Okay, first thing, sure. Be quiet. What's the last thing? Alright, now think. So, we're almost ready for a quiz. What exactly do you have to do? It's like yesterday, remember? Getting ready for lunch? What do you have to do to get ready for the quiz? Alright, the last thing you have to do.
Getting the quiz book.
But we're preparing for a quiz. We're not talking about taking the quiz. What do you actually have to do here before we can actually say, okay, number 1, imp. What do we actually have to do, Angus?
Wait until the teacher starts.
Okay, wait for the teacher to start. Give yourself a tip. So somewhere over here, we're wait for the teacher to start. So, to prepare for a quiz, it's quiz time. This is what you do. 1, you be quiet, I guess. And then the last step is wait for me to say number 1, in, and then you write it down. What goes in between? That's what I want you to do right now. Just take 5 minutes, yes. Okay. Let's do one step at a time. So you're going to be quiet, then you're going to clear your desk. I want you guys right now, you can talk to each other if you want, we'll do it together on the board in 2 minutes. Please fill in these steps. All right? Who here can draw? Okay. Be quiet. Vanessa, clear your desk. Pictures. You don't have to draw pictures, but maybe they will help you to understand the instructions better. They're mnemonic devices that help you to understand the words a bit better, the concept, the idea. So we go from be quiet to clear your desk. Then where do we go? Then where do we go? Then finally, okay, I'm waiting for the teacher to start. So we're quiet first. We're going to clear the desk. This is before we actually take the quiz. So what goes over here? My desk is clear. Now what? Think about that. My desk is clear. Now what do I have to do? And I always tell you to do something too. Every time we have a quiz, I tell you to do one particular step. Not yet. You just write it down, okay? Write it down in your quiz book. I always tell you guys to do one thing. You do everything else very, very well. But sometimes you forget to do this one thing, which is why I tell you to do it all the time. Tim, give me the third one. Thanks. Carrie, give me the fourth one. So we're preparing for a dictation. Come on, Tim. You can do it. What do we have to do? Your desk is clear. What's the next step? Sure, if you want. Split up there. Let's try. Separate your desks. Come on, Carrie. You give me number 4. Clear the desk. There's no need to draw pictures. My most important concern is that you can write the words. Be quiet. Clear your desk. What's next? Listen, okay. Boys and girls, maybe you want to use the procedural words as well. Right now, there are no procedural words. They're just, hey, be quiet. What's the first sound? S-E-P. E-R-A-T-E. I think there has to be another step as well. Who can give me another step? There has to be a few more steps, right? Anything? Yes, Aaron, give me one more step. Then we'll fill in the rest. Boys and girls, first, we're going to be quiet. Hey, good, Dick. Looks like she's scared. Right? Looks like she's sad. Nice. So first, be quiet. What word can we use next? What procedural word can we use next, Stephanie? Next? Okay, sure. Next. Clear your desk. All right. Timothy. Then. Take out a blue pen. Okay. Any color will do. Blue is okay as well.
The statement.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. Yes, Yo-Yo.
We can add no white pen.
Take out a blue pen. Not a white pen. Take out a pencil. or a blue pen. Okay?
You take out the stationery.
Take out the stationery. Even better. Let's do that. Give yourself the text Stephanie. So we can use the word stationery instead of saying pencil, pen. You shouldn't be taking out white tape or white pen, but your paper or whatever it is, your eraser, just take out your stationery. Then take out stationery. Okay. And then we move towards, you've taken out your stationery, and what comes afterwards? Separate your desk. Now, boys and girls, look very, very carefully. There's a bit of confusion here. We are preparing for a quiz. We're not taking the quiz yet. We're just doing everything to prepare for the quiz, not necessarily taking the quiz. Remember, wait for the teacher to start the quiz. Start the quiz. So, first, be quiet. 2, next, clear your desk. Then, take out the stationery. Afterwards, separate your desk. What are we missing here? Now think. What are we missing here? Alright, let's go over here, Cherry. But wait, think. Okay. Take out the stationery. I have my pens. I have this on my desk. Okay, yes, Brenda. Okay, good. So where does this belong? Take out your quiz book. 5, okay.
3. Stationery and quiz book.
Take out stationery, separate desks. Well, it could actually, I think all of these can actually be done together, can't they? They don't necessarily need to be done separately or in this particular order, right? So maybe we can just say, because these orders, these steps here, don't have to be done in any particular order. That is, you can do all of these at the same time. It doesn't matter. Take out stationery. Separate your desk. Take out quiz book. Okay. Then, Cherry, what do we have to do? Okay, I have these things out. My desk is here. I have this. I have this. Now what are we going to do? Yes, Natalie.
Write the content page.
Okay. We want to, yes, give yourself a tip. We want to fill in the content page. We can write things in the content page, or we can fill in the content page. Which one is this? Which step should this be?
4.
4? Okay. So we're going to fill in the content page. Alright, so afterwards, fill in content page. What about this? What does this mean? Pass in the quiz books? Yes.
If you fill in the content page, so you will not pass the quiz book.
Okay. So if we're doing this, then we don't need to pass in the quiz books, right?
That can be the wait for the teacher.
Ah, okay. Good. So, what happens at the end? What kind of procedural word do we use to tell you that, hey, we're done?
Finally.
Give yourself a tick. Finally, we're done. So, to prepare for a quiz that we do every Friday, you guys are quiet and scared. Next, your desks are clear. Then, you take out your stationery, you separate your desks, take out your quiz book. Afterwards, fill in the content page. Finally, just wait. Number 1. imp. Alright? So, these are the steps that we need to go through in this particular order to prepare for our quiz. Next. Any questions? Anything at all? Okay. We're going to watch a quick video then. Here's the deal. What I want you guys to do, we're going to watch a video that our 2R students have made. Right, they're having a food fair in 2 weeks. So they made advertisements for the food fair. And in these advertisements, they talk about making dishes. And in this video that you're going to watch, the students are going to make a dish. I want you to pay very careful attention to this video. In these boxes over here, you want to draw and write, or just write. Okay, you have to write the sentences, or write and give me a picture of the most important steps that you need to take in order to complete this task of preparing this dish. All right. Can we get the projector, please? You will do this next year. Maybe. Maybe if I'm around, you'll do this next year. Let's see. Now I'm going to switch it over. Ooh, yeah. Yes. Now Tim's in the spotlight. Okay. So I need to log in. You can move your desks if you want to see. There will be subtitles. There will be subtitles if you're interested. Okay? I'm going to do this task as well. Oops. No. Oh no, your login was incorrect. Yeah. Playlists. Food fair. So we're going to watch this video over here. And they're going to make chocolate souffle. And we want to pay very careful attention to the key steps. What are the most important steps that they have to do in a particular order in order to make the chocolate souffle? And you want to write those things down. Angus, do you think you can stay awake? Do you think you can do it? Alright. So we're going to watch this. There will be sound. So there'll be subtitles, and you will hear the girls reading the instructions aloud. Give me 6 instructions. Alright? The most important instructions. I will do this as well. We'll go over it. Oops, let's make it.
We are preparing for the food fair. We are going to make chocolate souffle. Here are the ingredients. We have 2 eggs, butter, sugar, flour, and cocoa powder. Let's get started.
Yeah, great.
Turn the cups. And dust with sugar. Place the yolks. Separate the egg yolks and egg whites. Mix the flour.
Seeds of flour and cocoa powder.
And cocoa powders. Mix the flour with egg yolks. Mix the egg whites with sugar until it won't fall down. Pour the mixture into the egg white and mix it. Pour the mixture into the cups.
Tasty. Yeah.
And bake for about 8 minutes. The chocolate souffles are ready. They look really great and delicious. More tasty food will serve at the food fair.
Do you want to have a try? Come to our food fair on the 7th of December.
It takes place in 50 Gasper Road, Kowloon, Hong Kong. We are waiting for you. Come and join us.
Oh, yes. Excellent. So, you will actually have a chance to go to this food fair next week. The Form 2 students are preparing food right now as we speak, and next week you get to eat it. Awesome. Alright, listen. 4, 3, 2, be quiet. 1. I don't know about you guys, but I was able to come up with 8 steps that are needed for this. Who here has actually written down 6 steps? 1, 2, 3, 4. Give yourselves ticks. Want your, or at least 6 steps. We want maybe 6 steps, maximum. Do you want to watch this again?
Yes.
Okay. When you're watching, you need to write down, like I have written down here, the most important steps that you need to do in order to complete the task of making chocolate soufflés. You might need to combine more than one step together because you only have 6 boxes. If you have 8 steps, you need to figure out how can I put some of these instructions together so I only have 6 steps. That's something you might want to think about. After we truncate these steps, we have 8, we only need 6. What can we do? Let's combine a few. Alright? So pay attention carefully. Give me 6 steps. Alright. Only 6.
We are preparing for the food fair. We are going to make chocolate soufflés. Here are the ingredients. We have 2 eggs, butter, sugar, flour, and cocoa powder. Let's get started! Enter the cups. And dust with sugar.
You want to dust with sugar. Dust.
Create field verbs. Separate the egg yolks and egg whites.
Separate.
Sift the flour.
Sieve. S-I-E-V-E.
And cocoa powder. Mix the flour with egg yolks. Mix the egg whites with sugar until it won't fall down.
Mixing now.
Pour the mixture into the egg white and mix it.
Ooh, delicious. Yeah, tasty.
Pour the mixture into the cup.
Ooh, that looks great.
Put the cups into the oven and bake for about 8 minutes.
Ah,
The chocolate souffles are ready. They look really great and delicious. More tasty food will serve at the food fair.
Do you want to have a try?
yes.
Come to our food fair on the 7th of December.
It takes place in 50 Jasper Road, Kowloon, Hong Kong. We are waiting for you. Come and join us.
Yeah, okay. So we'll go to that next Friday, boys and girls. Now, hit the lights, please. Projector off. Thank you. We... Five, listen. 4, 3, 2, be quiet. 1. We have heard a lot. There are, in fact, many instructions, more than 6 steps. But we just want 6 steps. So you might have to compress some of the steps together. Who will give me the first step? 1. Keep yourself in text. 2. Who will give me the third? Who will give me the 4th? Yes. Who will give me the 5th? 6th. Up to the board. Thank you. Ready? I'll put 1 over here. 1 over here. 2 over here. Excuse me. 3 over here. 4 over here. 5 over here. 6 over here. What are we doing? Making chocolate Then we'll talk about the steps. Do we need them? Are they the most important ones? Can we somehow change them? Right? Make sure you have your own steps. And then we'll compare it to what we have on the board. These are not the model answers. There are no model answers.
Huh?
Only 6 steps. What are we mixing? What are we mixing? We're mixing tracers. Good. So we're going to need you for that. Prepare the ingredients. Good. Finally, be at peace, be friends. Finally. Hey, that's okay. You just put some things on the board, alright? And then we'll talk about it. No worries. Just put some things on the board, we'll talk about it. Make sure that you have your own things first. You worry about yourself first before we worry about everyone else. Good. First. Write first. Prepare the ingredients. First. Worry about yourself. Next. Worry about everyone else. I think this might be another extra credit time. Let's see. Next, butter the cup and dust it with sugar. Then preheat the oven. All right. Boys and girls, we're going to go through each of these steps. If you think the step should be changed, raise your hand. Okay, but we'll go to each step first. If you think there's something wrong, let us know. If you think there's something we can do better, let us know. If there's a mistake, let us know. All right, Natalie, go ahead. First, prepare the ingredients.
I think the first step and the second step should combine together because the ingredients and we should have butter, the cup, and dust with sugar. We should have a cup with butter and with dust with sugar.
Ah, so when we're talking about preparing the ingredients.
So the cup is also the ingredient.
So this actually should be prepared as well. Okay, so maybe we don't need this.
So prepare the ingredients and butter the cup and dust with sugar.
Oh, okay, we can do that. But give yourself a tick. Take a look at what number 2. You just said something, but that isn't what's written over here. Take a look at number 2, please. What do you see? Next, buttered the cup and dusted with sugar. Take a look at number 2. Listen with your ears. Next, buttered the cup and dusted with sugar. What is going on here? Eric. Excuse me? Next, buttered a cup. Buttered the cups and dusted with sugar. Oh, hold on. First, prepare the ingredients. Next, buttered the cups and dusted with Eric. Okay, so we are giving imperative verbs now, commands. We are using imperative verbs. Give yourself a tick, Eric. Alright? Write this down. We are using commands. We are giving commands. Imperative verbs. That means we use the bare infinitive form of the verb. So, butter the cups and what? Dusted with sugar. Yes, next, Eric. Give yourself a tick. So I will give you extra credit. Let's see. Eric, I'll give Natalie. And Eric 37. So, bare infinitive. Prepare the ingredients. Butter the cups. Dust with sugar. Let's put those together. Alright? Let's change this. Should there be a number 2 or should this be number 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's make this number 2 then. Then preheat the oven. I hope that's a full stop. After that, separate, right, the egg yolks and egg whites. Okay. Then sleeve the flour and cocoa powder and pour the mixture with egg white and mix it. We sleeve. Okay, give yourself a minute. Let's try that. You rarely, yes?
Not the egg white, is the egg yolks.
Pour the mixture of egg yolks, yes?
Yes.
Okay, give yourself a tip.
And the sauce.
Hold on, there's a lot of things going on right now. Hold on, let me just take care of this. So it's Keith and Yo-Yo. Yes?
Could we use another procedure word? Because
Yeah, sure. What do you want to use?
already the then,
Okay.
and then number 5 is
What do you want to use then?
Next.
next.
Like next, you use next. Alright. Next, seed the flour and cocoa powder and pour the mixture of egg yolks. Yes, Vanessa.
So the next, and then there will be small letter, not capital letter.
Okay, give yourself. Excellent. Nice job. Dexter and Vanessa. This is taking too long. Where are you, Dexter? Okay. So, first, prepare the ingredients. Butter the cups and dust with sugar. Then, preheat the oven. After that, separate the egg yolks and egg whites. Next, seed the flour and cocoa powder and pour the mixture of egg yolks and mix it. Finally, pour the mixture into the cups and put the cups into the oven.
Hey, so
Yes?
we stop.
Oh, give yourself Yeah?
They propose to mix egg white with sugar until it will fall out.
Yes.
Give yourself a tip. Now, here's the deal, boys and girls. This is what I was talking about. There are a lot of steps. So we have to combine steps. But rather than writing all of these words here, rather than saying, okay, next, seed the flour and cocoa powder and pour the mixture of egg yolks and mix it and do this and that. What could we just say instead? Think about number 1. First, prepare the ingredients. What is all of this, by the way? This is what, Yo-Yo?
Mix all the ingredients together.
Okay, that's a good one. So, maybe we could just do that. Next, just mix everything together.
No.
Give yourself a tip. Okay, Natalie? Yes?
Because the step is mix the egg yolk in a bowl and mix the egg whites in another bowl. And then pull it together in the bowl.
So
Maybe there's a difference between
Yes.
there is a difference. Yes, give yourself a tick, Natalie. So we just can't just throw everything in there. They actually have to be done in a particular order. But we only have 6 steps, and we have tired hands. Is there anything else that we can do, Eric? Just make more steps. That's a good idea. It really is. Yes?
There are only 5 steps. Yes.
Okay.
There are only 5 steps.
So where should we put another step?
5, between 5
1,
and 6.
2, 3, 4,
And then
5. What's 5? Yes, Vanessa. Okay. Eric.
Mix the egg white with sugar until it will powder. Then pour the mixture into
Okay, there's still more confusion, Stephanie. All right, boys and girls. Next, be calm. Yes.
Pour the mixture with white yolks and mix it. And erase the
One stick.
Pour egg whites into mixture.
No. So with egg yolks and mix it and then erase the.
Mr. was a little confused. Okay, Stephanie, go ahead. Let me move the camera. Next, yeah. Still the camera's focused. Okay. Pour egg whites mixture. Pour egg whites mixture. This is taking a bit too long, boys and girls. Frank, how are you feeling? A little confused. This is a bit boring. Right there. Sorry, it's taking too long. A bit boring. I don't think this is good stuff. 5, listen. 4, 3, be still. 2, be quiet. 1, eyes off me. Me. This is taking too long. It's kind of boring. I know. I'm sorry. The whole purpose of doing this is to be aware of the imperative verbs. That is, we should be aware of the commands that we have received in each of these instructions. Prepare, butter, dust, preheat, separate, sieve, pour, and mix, pour, and put. So, in these instructions, we receive a lot of verbs, imperative verbs, commands. Now, do me a favor, Tim, erase the board. Yes, Kim? Excuse me, Kim? I'm very, very confused. I don't understand what you're saying. Yes. Yes, I know. long time. No more questions. We have to keep moving. This has taken a long, long time, and when we take a long time, things become boring. It's true. I feel bored. I erased it. I don't know. But there's a little problem. Thank you, Tim. Quickly. This is the second to last thing that we should be doing, boys and girls. I'm sorry that the class is kind of bogged down a bit. That's my fault. Alright? When we take too long to go over these things, people start getting sleepy. I know. I'm getting a little sleepy myself. Here's the deal. The whole purpose of that, again, was to focus on imperative verbs. Think about this classroom. You hear a lot of verbs all the time, a lot of commands. What are some of the verbs that you hear in this class on a daily basis? One of mine, I hear this a lot, right? Listen. Natalie, what else do you hear?
Keep quiet. Keep.
Keep quiet. Give yourself a second. Keep quiet. Be quiet. Give me some more. What are some commands that you hear all the time? Alice's thing, Paris. Excuse me? Look at me. Give yourself a second. Look at me. Yes, Paris. Okay, Derek.
Close the door.
Close the door. Good. Close the door. Give yourself a carry, then move across. Be still. Be quiet. Listen. Look at me. Be still. Yes, 10 minutes. Open the projector. Hold on. Okay. We'll turn on the projector. Give yourself a tick. What else can we open? Okay, let's go Nevin. What else can we open? Open the windows. Yes. Open the windows. Open the windows. Turn on the projector. Turn on. Turn off the projector.
Open and close.
Open and close.
The door.
Projector.
Open the door.
Projector. Okay, go across here. It's John. Turn on, turn off the projector. The computer. Give yourself a tick. Yes. Let's go over here to Natalie, then we'll go to Timothy and then Karen.
Do me a favor.
Do me a favor. Yes. Do me a favor. Give yourself a tip. Let's go to Aaron. Sit down. Yes. Give yourself a tip. Angus. Hand in your homework. separate. Yes. All right, Timothy. Prepare for lunch. All right, ready? We're done. This was good. I'm happy. Boys and girls, now think very, very carefully. There are a ton of commands on the board. Are there some commands that we can group together? What are some imperative verbs or commands here that are related to each other? Now, think carefully. Look at all of these verbs. Look at all of these commands on the board. Are there some that we can group together that have that share a relationship? Natalie.
Listen, keep quiet, look at me, be still, do me a favor.
Okay, so.
Give yourself a
listen.
Look at me.
Look at me.
Be still.
Be still.
Give yourself a tick.
Give yourself a tick.
Do me a favor.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
All right. Are there other, give yourself a tick. Are there other commands here that we can group together that share a relationship with each other? Yes, Arnold.
Stand up and sit down.
Stand up. Anything else that we can add to this group? Anything else? Eric, give yourself a tick.
Hand in your homework and open the books.
Okay. Is there anything else we can add to these?
With the second.
We can discuss the grouping in a moment, alright? We just want to start forming groups, if there are any groups. Give yourself a tick. Yes, Timothy.
And turn on and off the and open the room.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So perhaps we should also put the air conditioner here too, right? Yes, give yourself a tick. Vanessa.
Close the door.
Close the door with what else?
Number 4.
Oh, with number 4. Okay. Close the door. Anything else? These can belong in more than one group. Alright? You can put them in more than one group. Yo-yo.
And turn on, turn off the projector, computer, group 2.
With group 4.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the deal. Now this is the tricky part. You have just created your own commands. The commands you hear every day. Not only have you done that, you have also put the commands together into groups. But you haven't told me why. Now tell me why you put them together. Alright? Let's take a look at number 1. Okay. Give yourself a tick. Natalie, why did you put listen, keep quiet, be quiet, look at me, be still, do me a favor and give yourself a tick? Why do you put them together? What do they have in common?
You always say these two phrases.
Okay, cool. So, when we talk about these things over here, these are Mr. Wu's favorite phrases. Alright? So when we talk about Mr. Wu's favorite phrases, we're talking about listen. We're talking about keep quiet. Be still. Be quiet. Look at me. Don't look at him, look at me. Do me a favor. And what else do we have? Give yourself a tick. Alright, so Mr. Wu's favorite phrases include give yourself a tick, do me a favor, look at me, keep quiet, be quiet, and listen. What about number 2? Let's talk about number 2, Dexter. Hi.
Even 7 separate your desk and prepare for lunches, including in group class.
Okay. Separate your desks.
Prepare for lunch.
Desks. Prepare for lunch. Well, in fact, almost all of these can be attributed to me, because most of them come from me. Indeed. But these are perhaps my favorite ones. All right, my favorite things to say. Indeed, prepare for lunch. All right. Let's think about number 2. Timothy, give yourself a tick, Dexter.
Number 2 is activity of
Sit down. Stand up.
with a chair.
Actions with a chair. Actions on a chair. Actions related to chair. Chair actions. Okay. Chair actions. Okay. Chair actions. Stand up.
No, you can sit down with our chairs.
You can stand up before.
But we're just thinking about our classroom, right? You stand up next to your chair. You sit down on your chair. All right, so we have chair actions. What about the third one? Yo-yo. Give yourself a tick.
They all are used in books.
Books. Book actions. Okay? Book actions. So the book actions are hand in your homework. Open your books. Finally, fourth one, yo-yo.
And they are turn on or open the things that the close or turn off.
Open and turning off things. Okay. So the fourth are opening and turning on things. Okay, let's go to Angus first.
They are all on or open, close.
Can we make it more a matter of semantics? That is, besides having turn on and turn off, is there any other kind of relationship? Like, we have book actions, chair actions, Mr. Wu actions. Is there something else that we can do, Carrie?
Instruction with the machine.
Machine instructions. Oh, hey.
Machine
actions.
The window. The door. The window.
Yeah,
So
we
you
need to
separate
change them, yes.
Just separate these two groups.
Five.
And this is 5.
5.
Depends.
So,
Depends.
these are
Machine.
machine actions.
Machine action. Our action.
All right.
Machine actions. Alright. Yes, Timothy.
And number 5 is student action.
Student actions. But you can do these as well, can't you?
Yes. And no. We can room action.
Room actions. These are room actions as well.
Room with air action.
Air actions. Maybe let's just forget about those for now. I'm very happy that we're able to do this. By the way, who wrote this down? Give yourself a tick. Give yourself a tick. There's a reason why. Now, one of my favorite sayings too is this. Write this down. This is very, very important. You will see this again on Friday. Oh no. So, one of your favorite phrases is oh no. Well, one of mine is write this down. We're not watching television. We have just organized our favorite imperative verbs in this class. We have just organized our most frequently used commands. You are responsible for knowing not only the commands, but also how they're related. We'll work on this again on Thursday, I think. Okay? For Thursday, please complete the assignment. Oh. So your favorite phrases are like, oh, and oh no. Now my favorite phrase is write this down, or give yourself a tip. Or how about, you should know this. Do me a favor and just write this down. So, for Thursday, I'll give you a little more explanation tomorrow. But for Thursday, complete the Unit 2 assignments. Are there any questions? Who has written this down? You are writing, aren't you? Good. You're free. Yes. We're kind of slow today. You can go now. The bell has rung. All right, keep.